Good morning, guys. It's the 20th of March. It's 9:30 in the morning here in the UK. This is the John Hopkins map. Total confirmed cases now 244,602. Italy has now taken over the death toll for China. Yeah, it's getting crazy in Europe. Like I said yesterday, it's become the epicenter. There's a lot of conflicting information here, guys. Like I've said from the beginning, I believe this has been used for another agenda. This is about control and a reset, and there's something coming, guys. Something much bigger than this. This has just been used as a tool. Right. I want to show you this first. This is from Italy, from the Guardian this morning. Just watch this, guys. This is an Italian doctor, and he's telling me this isn't propaganda. If you watch the whole of this video that I'm going to make today, I'm going to show you this Italian doctor now, trying to scare the life out of us, and then I'm going to show you our media being totally contradicted. So just watch this, guys. Sorry, this has made me a bit mad. This is how thick they think we are.
Yeah, there's just not enough time to kind of dwell on the fact that so many people are dying. It's just an endless stream of people coming in. As soon as we have a free bed, we have a new patient coming in who needs critical care. Once we get a patient in the ICU, I haven't seen any yet being weaned off the ventilator. So it's been a couple of weeks now. The patients we've had for the longest, nearly 20 days, we've had, all of them still depend on mechanic ventilation. Now we have people in their 50s, so most of our patients are in their 50s. It's just been a build-up of dead people. Yeah, there are burials about every 30 minutes now in the cemetery of Bergamo. The isolation. So even for the patients that arrive, most of them see their family when the ambulance goes to pick them up, and then there's no contacts, even until the moment of their death and their funeral. Don't underestimate the problem. I think we did initially. It happened so quickly, and I don't think anybody expected that.
Right, guys. Sorry, it was the Telegraph, not the Guardian. Cracking piece of propaganda there to terrify the hell out of people. And then, in the next breath, this is the English media. I'll just read this first from Sky News. Coronavirus deaths in the UK rise to 144 as 3,269 test positive for COVID-19. The latest deaths in England were people aged between 47 and 96 years old, and all had underlying health conditions. The number of people who have died after contracting coronavirus has risen to 144, the Department of Health has said. It comes as the number of confirmed cases rose by 643 to 3,269 on Thursday. Earlier, NHS England said 29 more people had died in England in the past 24 hours, taking the total there to 128. London also tops 1,000 cases with another 268, making 1,221. The capital's death toll increased by 16 and stands at 52. There has also been the second known death of someone in their 40s. Diane Wake, head of the Dudley Group NHS Foundation Trust, said the patient had underlying health conditions. Right, guys, that's the death toll globally, passes 10,000, cases very near 250,000 globally now. Coronavirus, parents with these jobs can continue to send their kids to school. There we go, guys, this is from Sky News. The government has released a full list of workers deemed essential to the COVID-19 response, and this was released today at 8:20 this morning. Many schools are shutting their gates until further notice as the government ramps up measures to stop the spread of coronavirus. The Department for Education has published a list of key workers deemed essential to the COVID-19 response and whose children will continue to be cared for at school amid the pandemic. If your work is critical to the COVID-19 response, or you work in one of the critical sectors listed below, and you cannot keep your child safe at home, then your children will be prioritised for education provision, the Department for Education said. The list has been separated into 8 categories. Health and social care. This includes frontline health and social care staff such as doctors, nurses, midwives, paramedics, as well as support and specialist staff in the health and social care sector. In addition, those working in supply chains, including producers and distributors of medicines and personal protective equipment, are included. Education and childcare. This includes nursery, teaching staff and social workers. As the department said, these workers are required to deliver their plans. Key public services. Those required to run the justice system, religious staff, as well as those responsible for managing the deceased, and journalists providing public service broadcasting are on the list. Local and national government. This list only includes admin occupations essential to the effective delivery of the COVID-19 response for delivering essential public services, including payment of benefits, food and other necessary goods. Included those involved in the production, processing, distribution, sale and delivery of food. Public safety and national security. Police, support staff, Ministry of Defence civilian staff and armed forces personnel are on the list, along with fire and rescue staff, as well as those responsible for border security, prison and probation staff. Transport includes those who will keep air, water, road and rail passengers, freight transport modes operating during the COVID-19 response. Utilities, communications and financial services. Staff required to keep oil, gas, electricity, water and storage operations running are on the list, along with those in civil, nuclear, chemical and telecommunications sectors. Those in postal services are working to provide essential financial services provision are also included. The parents of vulnerable children are the other group of people allowed to continue to send their children to school. The government says this group will include those who have social worker and those with education healthcare plans, a legal document that describes a child's special educational needs and the support they require. Many schools in England will shut their gates from Friday until further notice, as will nurseries, colleges and childminders. In Scotland and Wales, all schools will be closed by Friday, and schools in Northern Ireland are due to shut from Monday. Right guys, like I say, I showed you that guy in Italy, an English doctor in Italy, saying there's just bodies everywhere. And they're still trying to urge people to send their kids to school and go to work. Something doesn't add up, guys. You do the maths. Come on. Bit of due diligence, man. God bless. You all take care. Don't be scared of the virus, mate. Be scared of the government and the effects this is going to have on us. They're up to something. Take care. I'll speak to you all soon.